Facebook pages. And of course, sa Police Regional Office 9 Facebook page. Nakahook up din po tayo sa Radyo Pilipinas. At gaya po ng nasabi ko kanina, nasa ika-11 episode na po tayo ng ating Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. At makakasama natin muli ang Police Regional Office 9. We have the Regional Director of PRO9 or Pro9, Police Brigadier General Bowen Joey Masauding. At kasama niya rin po ang kanyang si Police Brigadier General Gerardo Umayaw, Deputy Regional Director for Administration. And of course, kasama din po natin si Police Colonel Romeo Espero Jr., Deputy Regional Director for Operations. Ngayong araw po ay atin pong matutunghayan ang presentasyon ng mga napagtagumpayan na po ng ating Pro9 sa nakaraang 3 taon, 2022-2029. Muli, welcome po, Regional Director Masauding.
Thank you po. Thank you, Ma'am Jocelyn, and to the entire team of PIA Region 9, headed by RD Ma'am Noemi Edaga. Before I go to my report, nais ko pong batiin ang ating napakasipag na Secretary of Interior and Local Government, Attorney Benjamin Bunhor Abalos Jr. At ang ating visionary leader, ang ating Chief PNP, Police General Romel Francisco Marbil. Babatiin ko rin ang aking kasama rito, ang aking Deputy Regional Director for Administration, Police General Gerardo Umayaw, at ang aking DRDO, Police Colonel Romeo Espero Jr., sa ating mga media partners na nandito ngayon live at nag-join online, at sa atin pong mga taga-subaybay, lalong-lalo na po sa aking may bahay na nanonood ngayon. Buenos dias a todos. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Maayong buntag. And now I will read my report. It is with great pride that I present this report highlighting the significant updates and accomplishments of the Police Regional Office 9 during the last 2 years, guided by a vision of a bagong Pilipinas and committed to the vision of a panatag na komunidad that has been instrumental in shaping our progress. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt thanks to our Chief PNP, Police General Romel Francisco Marbil, for his continued support and confidence. I am also grateful to the officers and men of PRO9 for their unwavering commitment, resilience, and dedication to achieving our goals. Your hard work and perseverance have been positively impacting our communities. Public safety and security are the utmost priority of your Police Regional Office 9. Our mission has always been to prevent and control crimes, ensure public safety and internal security with active support of the community. We are proud to say that we have done so in strict adherence to the rule of law, respect for human rights, and compliance with the PNP's operational and administrative policies and procedures. I will start with our updates and accomplishments on administration. To support our efforts on crime prevention, crime solution, and ensuring peace and security, your Police Regional Office 9 has undertaken various facilities development, projects, and programs on resource management. For the National Headquarters PNP to allocate funds to construct standard police stations, a lot with an area of at least 500 square meters must be acquired first. These lots are more often donated by stakeholders, such as local government units, to upgrade the condition of their police stations. Since July 1, 2022, we have caused the titling of 29 lots with a cumulative area of 70,948 square meters under the name of the PNP. These lots will be the new sites of the new PNP standard police stations in the very near future. In the PNP's journey towards positive transformation that started in 2005, it identified various systemic dysfunctions and deficiencies in capabilities, including the need to acquire and build police stations it can call its own. The PRO9 has come a long way from what it was more than a decade ago. Since July 2022, PRO9 has built 11 standard police stations. This makes 75% filled up of standard police stations. Each standard police station constructed represents a step forward in our mission to create a safer, more secure Zamboanga Peninsula. In my early days as regional director, I have observed firsthand the dire condition of some of our camp facilities, and it's become apparent how significantly the situation is impacting the productivity and morale of our personnel. Recognizing this, we committed to improving the workplace by investing in the construction and renovation of our facilities, creating a space that is not only functional, but also welcoming. In the regional headquarters, we renovated the Regional Intelligence Division building and worked towards improving essential facilities, such as, first is the PRO9 firing range. It is an 8-bay firing range that can accommodate pistol and rifle shooters, as well as trainings. Next is the PRO9 Regional Headquarters Extension, an extension project that effectively expanded the regional headquarters building with an additional 216 square meters. Next is the PRO9 Grandstand. It is a modern 250-seater grandstand equipped with a control room, a lounge, and a receiving area. And last but not the least is the PRO9 Command Center, a modern communications and operations center complete with monitoring and communications equipment and state-of-the-art surveillance technology. Other ongoing projects include the PRO9 Road Concreting Project, which completes the circumferential road around the camp Colonel Romeo Abendan. It is sponsored by Majority Leader Congressman Manuel Jose Dalipe of Zamboanga City. We have just completed building a PRO9 clinic inside this camp, which will serve as a satellite office for the Regional Medical and Dental Unit 9. By enhancing our facilities, we aim to demonstrate our appreciation for our personnel's hard work and commitment, aligning our physical environment with our organizational vision of excellence and professionalism. We are one with the Chief PNP in attaining his vision of a PNP that is utilizing ICT that is at par with the foreign counterparts to deliver high quality, effective, and efficient police services. And because of this, we have been very active in developing homebrew systems that are now benefiting our units and personnel. First is the ePIVCO system, or the Electronic Personnel, Visitor, and Vehicle Control System. The PRO9 GeoAid, or the PRO9 Geographical Analysis for Crime Incident and Deployment Management Information System. Next is the free bandwidth access through Wi-Fi Internet Zone, or the free Bowen Wi-Fi. Next is the Secured Workflow Intelligence File Tracking System, or the PRO9 SWIFT. And last is the PRO9 Full Coverage Radio Communication through push-to-talk over cellular radio that made PRO9 the first PRO in the Philippines to have 100% city-compliant regional office. Since 2022, we have acquired considerable support for our move, shoot, protect, and operate capabilities. This includes the 60 new four-wheeled vehicles, 31 new motorcycles, 1,500 new pistols, 1,930 assault rifles, 1,863 new protective gears, 312 new communication devices, and 120 new field investigation kits. The most recent significant addition to our growing arsenal and fleet came from the 1.48 billion pesos capability enhancement programs for 2022 and 2023. Team PRO9 was among the PNP commands that received a significant part of this capability upgrade. These acquisitions are not mere tools. They are the instruments that empower us to effectively fulfill our duty to protect and serve the Filipino people. On the recruitment of uniform and non-uniform personnel, PRO9 has gained 463 uniform and non-uniform personnel for the past 2 years through the various PNP recruitment programs. The most recent of this recruitment program was the attrition recruitment under the PNP calendar year 2023 recruitment program, where PRO9 gained an additional 300 patrolmen and women from the 1,640 hopefuls who submitted their applications to Police Regional Office 9. Continuous learning is part of the PNP's core doctrines. For the period, we facilitated 112 program trainings and seminars attended by 7,738 PNP personnel and 3 personnel from other uniformed services. The most noteworthy are the Intelligence Basic Course, or the IBC for PNCOs, and the Intelligence Officers Basic Course, or IOBC for the PCOs. We also implemented 33 unprogrammed training seminars attended by 1,574 PNP personnel and 16 community members. PRO9 concluded calendar year 2023 with 99% of the 30 program training seminars completed. In PRO9, we take accountability seriously and see it as a crucial to our professionalism. In the PNP, every unit commander has the authority to enforce discipline among their personnel, especially targeting those who engage in illegal activities. We are using disciplinary actions and counterintelligence efforts to ensure everyone meets our high standards of ethics and professionalism. As part of our fight against illegal drug use, we subject our personnel to random and targeted drug tests. Since July 2022, 3,678 random and targeted drug tests have been conducted. In this test, we found and confirmed 9 personnel using shabu. All personnel have since been dismissed from the police service. Public office is a public trust. The police must act with patriotism and justice and maintain modest lifestyles, a standard that is well kept and treasured by the organization. Since July 1, 2022, we received 345 cases for investigation, including those handled by the Regional Internal Affairs Service 9. All cases were resolved in the strictest observance of the NAPOLCOM rules and regulations. As a result, 217 PRO9 personnel were penalized. 47 were dismissed from the police service. 13 were demoted. 98 were suspended. And the rest were given light penalties. We march in cadence with the GPNP's focus on ridding the organization of wayward officers. We charged 110 PNP personnel with administrative and criminal cases for their involvement in illegal activities. Most significant is the case of the robbery in a band committed by 4 personnel on November 14, 2023 at Zamboanga City. The Philippine National Police established the National Police Clearance System, or the NPCS, in 2018. This centralized database consolidates criminal records from all over the country, allowing for easier verification of criminal records and making the process more efficient than ever. As of today, Police Regional Office 9 proudly operates 42 NPCS-enabled stations across the region. From September 1, 2023 to present, we have efficiently issued 63,199 clearances. The system's efficacy is underscored by our success in apprehending 4 individuals with outstanding warrants during their clearance application process, demonstrating the system's critical role in our law enforcement. We have recently initiated the procurement of additional IT equipment for the NPCS. The procurement underwent a successful bidding process and will be delivered in September 2024. This procurement will open 49 more NPCS terminals across the Zamboanga Peninsula. On police operations, we now have lower crime rates. In comparing 2-year periods, July 2022 to June 2024, with that of July 2020 to June 2022, we observed lower crime incidents based on PNP metrics and indicators. We recorded a significant decrease in the peace and order indicators. Index crimes decreased by 694, or 16.80% compared to the previous 2-year period. Non-index crimes also significantly decreased by 3,262, or 29.94% compared to the previous period. Public safety indicators also recorded a significant decrease of 1,149, or 20.23%. Overall, PRO9 recorded a total of 12,668 crime incidents for 2022 to 2024, a significant decrease of 3,438, or equivalent to 23.89% compared to the previous period, with 16,106 total crime incidents. For the 8 focus crimes, there was a general decrease of 420 incidents, or 15.35%, from 2,316 during the period in review, compared to 2,736 in the previous period. We recorded a decrease in the incidence of the majority of 8 focus crimes except for theft, robbery, and carnapping, which had a very slight increase. Improving public safety indicators, we recorded a monthly average of 107.50 incidents, which is a 21.35% decrease from the previous period's monthly average of 133.52 incidents. It is notable that crime incidents peaked during the months of November and December 2023, coinciding with the holiday seasons. Most crimes occur predominantly in urbanized and commercialized areas of the city and provinces. These are the areas where we are focusing our deployments for patrols and other proactive police operations. Your PRO9 maintained high crime resolution and clearance efficiencies. From the total of 12,668 crime incidents, the crime solution efficiency for the period in review registered at 82.44%, indicating that 8 out of every 10 crimes are solved. While the crime clearance efficiency registered at 99.01%, indicating that at least 9 out of 10 cases are cleared. Additionally, the number of crimes solved registered at 10,690, while the number of crimes cleared registered at 12,148. This means that for July 2022 to June 2024, a mere 0.99% of all crimes remain under investigation. On anti-illegal drugs, law enforcement operations against illegal activities in the region have shown impressive results within the last 2 years. PRO9 conducted a total of 2,443 police operations, leading to the arrest of individuals involved in illegal drug activities. Among those arrested, 456 were high-value individuals and 2,269 were street-level individuals. The operations resulted in the confiscation of 35.2 kilograms of shabu and 2.3 kilograms of marijuana, with a total standard drug price amounting to 240,109,215 pesos. The most significant of our operations is the seizure of 34 million pesos worth of shabu at Barangay Mercedes, Zamboanga City on February 13, 2024 in a joint law enforcement operation with PDEA. The Barangay Drug Clearing Program stands as a pivotal element in the Philippines' comprehensive approach to combating illegal drug use and trafficking. Led by the PDEA in close coordination with the PNP, local government units, and community stakeholders, this initiative aims to purge barangays of illegal narcotics. Since July 1, 2022, our concerted efforts with PDEA Regional Office 9 have successfully cleared 141 barangays in the region. As of today, we already have 1,404 drug-cleared barangays, which is equivalent to 73% out of the 1,904 barangays. Only 385 barangays remain drug-affected. On accounting of loose firearms, the PRO 9 places a premium on stringent gun control measures and our unwavering commitment to bolstering regional peace and order. Recognizing the direct correlation between the prevalence of loose firearms and violence, we have redoubled our efforts to clamp down on loose firearms. Over the past 2 years, PRO 9 executed 183 law enforcement operations, resulting in the apprehension of 586 suspects and the confiscation of 3,427 small arms and light weapons. Our operational units also diligently continued implementing the PNP's firearms control program via Oplan Katok. This initiative represents a proactive approach to ensuring that all firearms owned by individuals and legal entities are duly registered. Throughout this period, 9,340 Oplan Katok operations were carried out, leading to the surrender of 1,569 firearms. PRO 9 accounted for 3,300 firearms from law enforcement operations and Oplan Katok operations. The PNP has been very keen in its campaign against criminal gangs, private armed groups, and other lawless entities through its intelligence-driven law enforcement operations. Where the Zamboanga Peninsula remains free of bugs, our focus is on eradicating criminal gangs from the region. As a result of our various law enforcement operations, 98 personalities were arrested, while 910 others surrendered. We are committed to ensuring that all criminal gang members will be apprehended. Since September 2023, PRO 9 has launched 13 case operations plans, leading to the arrest of 10 criminal gang personalities. On anti-smuggling operations, since July 1, 2024, PRO 9 pursued smugglers intensively. This resulted in 368 operations in the arrest of 472 personalities. These operations led to the confiscation of smuggled items worth 527,801,353 pesos. In line with the Chief PNP's charge against illegal gambling, PRO 9 intensified its anti-illegal gambling operations. A total of 1,867 operations were conducted that led to the arrest of 4,861 suspects and the seizure of 1,333,750 pesos and 25 cents cash. Majority of the operations conducted were against illegal number games, illegal cockfighting, and card games. On wanted persons, the apprehension of fugitives and wanted individuals remains an indispensable part of the PNP's operational priorities, playing a critical role in maintaining the integrity and effectiveness of the criminal justice system. Ensuring that those accused of crimes are brought to justice is crucial for progressing and resolving criminal cases. In pursuit of the objectives outlined in the PNP's operational plan, Manhunt Charlie, we conducted 4,890 operations since July 1, 2022. These concerted efforts have culminated in the successful arrest of 4,890 wanted persons, including 781 individuals from the most wanted list, underscoring our commitment to addressing serious crimes and ensuring public safety. Additionally, 4,109 individuals from the other wanted persons list were also apprehended. With the objective of making everyone feel safe at their homes, on the streets, and in their workplace, Police Regional Office 9 took the challenge with reinvigorated zeal and commitment. We are fielding more cops to police the streets following the 85-15 deployment scheme, or 85% should be in the field and only 15% will perform administrative work in their offices or stations. On our way forward, as we look forward, it is clear that the journey ahead is promising but demanding. Under my leadership, PRO9 will remain firm but compassionate in serving the people. We will remain grounded in the principles of servant leadership. Our core of focus is deeply rooted in making sure na sa bagong Pilipinas, ang gusto ng pulis, ligtas kayong lahat. In shaping the future of police service sa Zamboanga Peninsula, we set our sights on crucial undertakings that will see to it that PRO9 embodies the Chief PNP's call for a community that is safe and secure towards the attainment of the President's vision of a bagong Pilipinas, one nation, one people, building a better future together. In the months to come, PRO9 is poised to undertake the following: on administration, pursue facilities development for PNP personnel such as barracks, hospital, and conducive workspaces. Next is continue to empower chiefs of police through trainings and seminars. Next, pursue potential ICT projects to improve productivity, improve personnel knowledge of operational procedures, and procurement of search and rescue equipment. On operations, the preparations for the 2025 midterm elections, maintain a proactive stance against terrorism, law enforcement operations that impact community safety and security, and focus resources for anti-criminality in urban areas. This is the promise of our journey ahead, a path we navigate with unwavering resolve to serve, protect, and uplift the communities entrusted to our care. That ends my presentation. Thank you. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
Step into the realm of excellence and dedication at Police Regional Office 9, where Police Brigadier General Bowen Joey M. Masaudin, the visionary Regional Director, leads with distinction under the principles of good governance by the DILG. PRO9 excels in ensuring safety and security in Region 9 through strategic law enforcement operations, innovative programs, and impactful projects. PRO9 stands as a beacon of peace, significantly contributing to the milestones of His Excellency President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr.'s administration in shaping a safer, more prosperous Region 9. In its fight against illegal drugs, Police Regional Office 9 conducted 2,537 planned anti-illegal drugs operations, resulting in the arrest of 658 high-value individuals and 3,018 street-level individuals, and confiscated illegal drugs worth a total of 248,061,203 pesos. This decisive action dealt a significant blow to drug syndicates and protected numerous lives from the harmful effects of narcotics. Pro9 also leads the DILG BIDA program, empowering communities and stakeholders to combat drug demand, clearing a total of 1,404 drug-affected barangays and giving appropriate intervention to 2,279 persons who use drugs. This collaborative effort with local government units, government agencies, private partners, and community stakeholders showcases a holistic approach to lasting change. To combat crime driven by firearms, Pro9 conducted intelligence-driven operations, confiscating 5,040 firearms and arresting 519 individuals. A major milestone was achieved by dismantling a notorious local gunsmith. In the pursuit of lasting peace in Zamboanga Peninsula, Pro9 aligns with the DILG-led National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict Program through the implementation of the Retooled Community Support Program that promotes unity and resilience, and through the ongoing internal security operations. These efforts have led to significant results, with 1,012 individuals associated with communist terrorist groups, local terrorist groups, and criminal gangs apprehended and surrendered, ensuring a future free from insurgency. Pro9 has also made substantial progress in combating smuggling activities that threaten the security and economic stability of Region 9. A total of 429 anti-smuggling operations were conducted, resulting in the apprehension of 551 individuals and the confiscation of tobacco products worth 586,516,779 pesos. In the fight against illegal gambling, the police have taken a stand to uphold the law and protect our communities. A total of 1,880 operations were conducted, resulting in the arrest of 4,555 persons and the confiscation of 1,441,460 pesos worth of bet money. In enhancing public safety, Pro9 arrested a total of 5,027 wanted persons, including 813 most wanted persons and 4,214 other wanted persons. Pro9 has made efficient strides in crime clearance with a commendable rate of 98.98% during the covered period, while the crime environment is continuously in a downtrend with a 22.21% significant decrease in reported incidents during the period covered. Police Regional Office 9 has achieved significant milestones in enhancing its logistic capabilities, including 17 constructed infrastructure projects, which include 7 new police stations. Pro9 has achieved a 63% field upgrade for patrol vehicles, 12% for utility vehicles, and 39% for motorcycles across all police stations in terms of mobility capability. In terms of shooting capability, 76% of long firearms and 100% of short firearms have been filled up for personal on investigation equipment. Police stations have been equipped with 130% of investigation kits and 114% of fingerprint kits. Through all these achievements, Pro9 is profoundly grateful for the unwavering support of its personnel in recognition of personnel's heroic acts and commendable deeds. Pro9 personnel were honored with a total of 137,630 awards from the PNP, as well as other prestigious accolades bestowed by various institutions. Pro9's unwavering dedication and commitment to upholding the rule of law, protecting the people, and maintaining peace and order have set new standards of excellence. With the invaluable guidance of Chief PNP Police General Rommel Francisco D. Marbil and the steadfast support of local government units and communities in Zamboanga Peninsula, Pro9 has achieved remarkable outcomes, leaving a profound impact on the lives of those under its protection. Let us continue working together to build a society founded on justice, security, and unity.
Pilipinas, ang gusto ng pulis, ligtas ka!
Maraming salamat, RD Masauding, sa komprehensibong pagsasaad o paglalaad ng ating PRO9 accomplishments for 2022-2024. At ngayon po ay atin pong bibigyan ng pagkakataon ng ating mga media na magtanong. Ikinagagalak po naming makasama ang media from Zamboanga City dito po on site, and we have also media na nakatutok sa atin live, media from our provinces. We have from Zamboanga, Sibugay, Zamboanga del Norte, Zamboanga del Sur, and Isabela City. And earlier po, we have already received questions from our local media at babasahin ko lang po. Anybody po can answer po. Can you provide an overview of the current or assessment of the current peace and order situation in Region 9? Kahit sino po.
Hello. Thank you, ma'am. At present, the peace and order situation in the Region 9 is generally peaceful, manageable, stable, and under control. While some crimes have occurred, hindi naiiwasan, they do not affect significantly the peace and security, the overall peace and security situation of region. Kayo po makikita ninyo, no? As a matter of fact, kita nyo, nararamdaman yan ng mga tao kahit hindi lang sa taga Zamboanga. Kasi maraming nagpupunta na sa Zamboanga ngayon. Ibig sabihin, nararamdaman nila na peaceful na ang Zamboanga City. At yan ay nangyayari dahil sa ating continuous collaboration. Kasi yung ating all of the government approach, no? Yung ating community engagement. Kasi itong ating peace and order, mamimaintain natin ito pag tayong lahat, concern natin itong lahat, kaya dapat magtulong-tulong tayo.
Okay, maraming salamat. Ang ating susunod na tanong ay galing naman po sa media from Isabela City. Ang tanong niya po ay, what will be your necessary actions during the filing of candidacy or yung COC po natin pagdating po ng October 2024? Kahit sino po.
Thank you ulit, ma'am. Actually, kahit wala pa pong directive, as early as July 2, we have already initiated the early preparation for the 2025 midterm elections. That includes, of course, yung the filing of candidacies this coming October. Kasama na yan sa plano natin. Of course, we will be fielding more caps to protect our candidates. We'll be going to the venues, ang ating mga COMELEC officials, and of course, the public. At dagdagan ko na, no? Kasi kasama naman ito sa ating preparation. So dito sa ating preparation sa ating 2025 midterm election, pinapano natin, pinapaalam na natin ng mga data, no, sa with the PDs, the CD, the COPs, we're already directed to determine kung sino yung mga tatakbo, ano yung kailang mga tatakbuhan, at ano yung kailang mga partido. Maliban dyan, we also directed them to determine doon sa kailang area of responsibility kung mayroon pa bang presence ng mga private armed groups. Dahil yun po ang focus natin pagdating na eleksyon, no? Yung private armed groups, yung cracking down of loose firearms, at of course, yung mga apprehension of most wanted persons. At kasama na rin dyan yung natin, pagdagdag natin ng mga kapulisan sa streets, no? We want the community to feel that they are safe doon sa bahay nila, sa mga yung lugar na palaging pinupuntahan, di ba? Yung mga sa malls, sa churches. Naglalagay tayo ng mga kapulisan. Kung nakikita nyo ngayon, marami na yung mga nandyan sa pulis, bawat kanto, mayroon tayong nakalagay para bantayan po. Gusto natin lahat ng tao sa Zamboanga Peninsula ay safe.
Okay, maraming salamat. Yun po sana yung follow-up question nung taga Isabela, kung ano yung mga preparasyon na ginagawa po ng ating kapulisan para sa darating na halalan. Pero nasagot naman yun ni RD. Baka meron po kayong gustong idagdag pa? Sige po.
Una sa lahat, binabati ko ang aking Regional Director, ang magaling na General Masauding. Maraming initiatives at mga projects dito sa region. Sa tulong na rin ng aming Deputy Regional Director for Administration, General Jerry Umayaw. Sir, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Magandang umaga sa iyo, Ma'am Emma. Ang Police Regional Office 9 po ay patuloy na naghahanda. Tulad ng sinabi ng ating mahal na Regional Director, mula po noong July, naghanda na po ang Police Regional Office 9 para sa midterm election. May mga series of meetings na kaming ginawa and mayroon pang mga kasunod. Hopefully, will be joined by the Regional Election Director, yung incoming, together with the outgoing Regional Director ng COMELEC. Hopefully, masasama rin sa amin ang Philippine Coast Guard at ang Armed Forces of the Philippines para maplansya natin at malaman natin kung ano pang mga paghahanda ang gagawin natin para sa midterm election, kasi sa darating na Oktubre ay magsisimula na yung filing of candidacy. And we will like to ensure the public the maximize deployment of our personnel para maiwasan na natin yung kaguluhan. Kung meron man nagbabalak ng kaguluhan, hindi na nila itutuloy yon. Kasi ang mga tatakbo at saka yung mga incumbent na pwedeng tumakbo, continuous po yung evaluation kung mayroong existing threat o risk sa kanilang mga buhay, and that it will be part of the planning na kung saan kami magdi-deploy ng maraming pulis sa darating na Oktubre. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, maraming salamat. Ang susunod na tanong ay galing naman po sa media from Zamboanga del Sur. What are the key challenges or concerns that the Police Regional Office 9 is currently addressing? Kahit sino po, pwedeng sumagot.
Dito po sa Region 9, meron tayong 700 kilometers ng coastline. That's why we were intensifying our seaborne patrol. Unang-una dito sa pagitan ng BARM at Region 9, meron po tayo dyan the 2nd City Mobile Force na pinangungunahan ni Lieutenant Colonel Yabo. And they are the one spearheading the coastal patrol together with the Regional Maritime Unit. Sila po yung unang PNP units na nag-spearhead sa mga seaborne patrol together with yung mga units nila sa mga probinsya o yung mga MARPSTA. Of course, with the coordination with the Philippine Coast Guard and the Philippine Navy.
Okay, maraming salamat. Galing pa rin po sa media from Zamboanga del Sur, can you describe PNP efforts on the proliferation of illegal or loose firearms in the Zamboanga Peninsula?
Ang lost firearms po kasi nililista yan. Unang pinanggagalingan ng listahan ng mga loose firearms yung galing po sa regional cyber security units natin. Yun yung mga firearms na dating nakarehistro at mga taong may lisensya to possess firearms. Now, yung mga nag-expire na yung LTOP, yung license to own and possess firearms, sila po yung mga kinakatok natin na encouraging them to surrender or renew their licenses or their authority to possess the same. Ngayon, kung wala na silang interest, we are encouraging them to surrender or deposit said firearms if they are not willing or they have no plan already to renew their licenses. Mayroon po kaming data niyan and it is increasing. Now, mayroon din pong initiative ang ating regional civil security unit na nagkakandak sila ng one-stop shop sa mga iba't ibang parte ng ating rehiyon kung saan in-encourage natin sila na kung pwede doon sa oras at sa mga dates na yon mag-conduct sila ng mag-undergo sila ng processing to renew their loose firearms or their licenses to possess the same.
Maraming salamat. Ang next question po ay galing naman po sa media from Zamboanga, Sibugay. In terms of human resources, sapat ba ang bilang ng mga kapulisan sa Zamboanga Peninsula upang mapanatili ang kapayapaan at kaayusan sa rehiyon?
Okay, muli magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Actually, kung titingnan po natin ang kabuuan bilang ng ating kapulisan ay 7,700. Ang uniform personnel po natin na meron tayo dito sa Region 9 na 7,700 mahigit ano po. At kung babasihan naman natin ang police to population ratio ay pumapasok naman po ito sa 1:500. So makikita natin na sapat naman. Ang dangi lang po dating ginagawa ay strategize ito kasi hindi naman po sa kaila sa inyong kaalaman na meron naman po tayo mga police stations na kakaunti naman po ang krimeng nagaganap. Kaya po yung ibang police natin na to strategize para makita natin na ma-address natin talaga ang pagdami ng krimen sa Zamboanga, ay ito po ay tinitingnan natin kung yung tinatawag nating crime map para makita natin kung saang bayan ba marami nagaganap at saan kakaunti. Yung pong mga bayan nakakaunti ang mga nangyayaring krimen ay hindi na po natin masyado at kayang-kaya na nilang i-manage, hindi na dinadagdagan ng pulis. Ngunit yung pong nakikita natin ng mga bayan at syudad na merong mga pag-increase o pagtaas ng bilang ng krimen, doon po natin dinadagdagan ng ating pulisan. At meron po tayong mga plano dyan. Actually, sabi nga po na meron tayong revitalized na pulis sa barangay na kung saan yung ating mga kapulisan na ibababa natin sa mga bayan at yung mga maliliit na sitio at purok upang magkaroon tayo ng police visibility. Sa ganoon po, sabi nga natin, sa bawat lugar ay makikita yung presensya ng ating kapulisan. Makikita ng mga mamayan, meron agad silang malalapitang pulis. At ganoon din po, may mga plano po ang ating kapulisan, kagaya po ng ibalik ang kapulisan sa kalsada. You take back the streets. Alam po naman natin na nakikita natin ngayon, marami ng kapulis ang kalsada na ang makikita natin po ay yung mga traffic enforcers. We are planning na ilagay po muli, buhayin natin ang pulis na ilagay natin sa kalsada upang kung mga tao po ay may katanungan at merong nag-aalagam-agam sila sa kanila pong seguridad, ay agad po sila makakahingi ng tulong at makikita nila agad ang ating kapulisan. At ganoon din po, meron po tayong mga innovation na ginagawa na kung saan maglalagay po tayo ng mga CCTV sa mga lugar na malalayo, kung saan ito po ay malaking tulong at malaki pong may tutulong dito upang pag may nangyari pong krimen, ay meron po agad tayong makukuhang video o marireview natin yung mga pangyayari sa mga lugar na hindi naman kayang abutin ng ating kapulisan pero maaabot naman ang teknolohiya ng ating kapulisan. Kaya hinihingi lang po namin ang tulong ng mga local government units para pupondohan ito kasi malaki pong may tutulong nito. Malaki pong may tutulong nito upang mapanatili natin at kahit po kulang ang pulis ay meron pong omnipresent sa bawat lugar dito sa buong Zamboanga Peninsula.
Maraming salamat. Ang susunod na tanong po ay specific po ito para sa Sibugay Province. What recent improvements or developments has the Police Regional Office 9 made in addressing insurgency issues in Zamboanga, Sibugay?
Una po sa lahat, ang Region 9, hindi lang po yung Zamboanga, Sibugay, ay wala na pong insurgency problem. Na-declare na po ang buong Region 9 as ang status niya is stable state and stable peace and security ready for development, ang buong Region 9 po. Mayroon pong, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, may mahigit 1,000 na po na nag-surrender. Itong mga nag-surrender po na ito ay yung mga dating membro ng communist terrorist group. And bumalik na po sila sa loyalty. Binalik nila ang loyalty sa pamahalaan and they are being taken care of. May mga darating pa po ng mga magsusurrender, yung mga mass base nila o dating sumusuporta sa mga NPA. Yun po yung patuloy nating kinukumbinsi na bumalik na po sa gobyerno through our revitalized police sa barangay or your community support program. With that initiative or with that program, dadami pa po yung mga dating sumusuporta sa CTG na babalik po sa atin at makikipagtulungan na po para sa ikaunlad ng bagong Pilipinas.
Okay. Ang ating po susunod ay from Zamboanga Sur Media. Although medyo initially nasagot na ito ni RD Masauding kanina, baka meron po kayong gustong idagdag. Ano ang hakbang ng PRO9 or PRO9 patungkol sa mga detailed escorts ng ating mga politiko?
That is a very good question. May mga kunting pagbabago lang kasi dito sa ating yung detail of protective security personnel. Dati-rati, ang authority na binibigay sa mga regional directors under extreme emergencies, pwede po tayo magbigay ng 3 months period. But it is non-renewable. Kung normal ang flow ng request ng applicant for detail of PSP, si PNP po ang mag-a-approve niyan. It will be approved, but the application shall be submitted through PSPG. Now, sa ngayon, 1 month na lang po, hindi pa renewable. But still, the applicant must submit his application through PSPG for the approval of the PNP. Ganyan po. At, yun, limited na po, limited. Kaya, marami po yung mga, tumatawag nga ng mga, mga local chief executives, at saka nagre-request. Pero, ito po yung tamang opportunity na paliwanag na limited na ang ng regional director at ang approval is doon na po sa Kamkrame. Ganun pa rin naman noon, no? Pero dati ang binibigay na authority sa RD is 3 months, non-renewable. Ngayon binaba ng 1 month. Dalawa na lang ang bibigay ng 1 month. Ang Director PSPG or the Regional Director PROs.
Okay, maraming salamat. We will now accommodate questions from our media from Zamboanga City. Ang una pong magtatanong si Ma'am Leia Ruiz from E-Media.
Good morning, sir. Itatanong ko lang po sana kung ano po yung city sa Region 9 ang may mataas po na kaso ng shooting incident po.
I do not have the data, but dati-rati, ang mataas, nung January to March, I think, Zamboanga City. No? Pero April, May, nagbaba po siya. At basta bumaba po. From, if I remember it right, nung first quarter, ang last niya is 10 for the month. Bumaba siya, nagiging 6. 6, then nag-4. Ganun po. Did I answer your question, ma'am?
Okay na po. Regarding naman po sa illegal drugs, sir, dito po sa Zamboanga City, tumaas po ba yung case ng nahuhuli po or nakukulong dahil po sa mga illegal drugs?
Tama po kayo. Tumataas. Dati-rati kasi hindi tayo umaabot ng multiple na kilos ng confiscation. Ngayon po, umaabot na tayo ng 21 kilos. Yun yung so far na pinakamarami na confiscation ng drugs. And tuloy-tuloy po yung ating pag-iimbestiga niyan. And we are suspecting na meron talagang syndicate na nagpapapasok ng illegal drugs dito. And based doon sa mga confiscation, mga recent arrest and confiscation, nagagaling ito outside the region. And continuous investigations being undertaken in collaboration of other law enforcement agencies like the PIDEA and CIDG with the support of our AFP counterparts. Meron pong sumutulong sa atin sa AFP and gusto na rin nating magpasalamat dun sa mga initiatives nila na pagtulong sa atin. And we will make sure na paigtingin pa natin ang ating campaign against illegal drugs para matapos na ito at kung pwede mahuli natin kung sino yung namumuno o nangunguna sa pag-distribute ng illegal drugs dito sa region.
How about naman po sa key priorities ng PRO9 in the coming year? Are there any upcoming projects or initiatives naman po the public should be aware of?
Tungkol sa illegal drugs?
Hindi po, general na po. Mga key priorities po ng Pro9 in the coming year.
Sa crime prevention, may mga twist lang tayong ginagawa. Kung let's say doon sa protection of women and children, we have the initiative na Project Sagip. Dito, yung simultaneous anti-gender-based protection para sa mga children at saka mga women. Yung Sagip ay parang call center, may call center agent kami dito na 24/7, and they are ready to receive the call from any complaints of gender-based violence, and the region will be the one to task the provincial police offices down to the station level for them to respond dun sa mga complaints na natatanggap namin through that project. Doon naman sa crime prevention natin sa streets, mayroon tayong tinatawag kanina, yung sinabi ni ating regional director kanina, yung GeoAid. Yun ay real-time monitoring ng ating deployed personnel sa labas. Once na nag-assume na sila ng duty as patrol officer, they will activate their mobile phone application na nandun na sila and they assume duties already. Now, kung may natanggap kaming tawag na responde ng police, we know who to call. Kung sino yung pinakamalapit na naka-deploy doon sa street, yun ang tatawagan ng aming operation center, and they will be the one to respond first. They will be the first responder sa mga responde na pangailangan ng ating mga kababayan.
Okay, thank you po, sir. Thank you po.
Next, we have Dan Toribio from Marino News FM.
Good morning, RD, and good morning, everyone. I have two questions, RD. My first question is, may we know the update on the confiscation of explosive loaded in a motorized boat the other day in the Mariki? Was it intended for blast fishing or what, RD?
Kindly repeat your question, sir.
The confiscation of the explosive on board motorized pump boat the other day in Mariki. What is the latest on that, sir?
Yes, sir. Regarding sa explosion, no? Anong explosives?
Yes, sir.
As far as I know, the case was already filed, yung doon sa yung diyan sa Tetuan.
No, RD, the confiscation of
confiscation that
motorized-
resulted to the yung
Mariki, in Mariki
blast.
area. In Mariki the other day.
I think I think the case was already filed in the prosecutor's office. Kasi yung confiscation.
Yes, the other day, sir, in Mariki, there was two pump boats. When policemen approached them, one of the two pump boats sped away, leaving behind the one pump boat loaded with explosives.
Yeah, I think we do not have the data here, but it would be okay for you that we will provide you the information later.
Yes, sir. Yes, RD. My next question is, Zamboanga City Police Office, we all know that they are lack of manpower. In fact, the ratio of the policemen of the Zamboanga City Police Office is 1:700. Do we have any plan to augment personnel in the Zamboanga City Police Office, RD?
Actually, that is our priority, no? Dagdagan po natin ang mga kapulisan dito sa Zamboanga City Police Office. Tama yung sinasabi mo, umabot yun sa 1:600 something, no? Balak po nating ibabayan, no? Gabi natin, as per directive ng ating GPNP, ang ano natin is parang abot yan ng 1:300. Pero siyempre, hihintayin pa po natin ang mga darating na pulis. Siguro sa mga susunod ng mga recruitments, baka madagdagan po ang ating PRO9 para sa Zamboanga City Police Office. Pero right now, tinitingnan natin ang mga pulis natin na na-assign sa RPHAS, no? At saka yung ibang policeman na sobra doon sa kinukuha natin, dinadagdag po natin. As a matter of fact, I think we have added more than 100 already. More than 100 already to Zamboanga City Police Office. Patuloy po yan.
Thank you po, RD.
Salamat po.
Maraming salamat. Next, we have Marites Espartero from TV11.
Hi, RD. Good morning. Sir, based sa record po ng PRO9, ilan po ang shooting incident registered from January up to present sa region-wide po?
Wait, no.
Opo, sige sir.
For the entire Zamboanga Peninsula is 154.
154. Ilan po ang case filed?
Case filed is 89. Sorry. Yeah, 89.
89 all over Zamboanga Peninsula po.
No. So 89 plus 46 is 135. 135.
Opo. So ano po yung percentage solution ng Zamboanga Region 9 at saka Zamboanga City?
Say again?
Percentage solution po ninyo sa crime?
Pakiulit lang po yung tanong, medyo hindi po lang natin.
Ano po yung percentage ng crime solution sa Region 9 at Zamboanga City?
The crime solution of PRO9 is 82.59, ma'am.
Okay.
82.59% po.
Sir, hindi natin maiwasan, sir, na yung shooting incident, palagi talagang nagkakaroon ng shooting incident sa isang lugar. So with the efforts of police, andyan po, pero andyan pa siyempre yung shooting incident. So, ano po yung dapat gawin ng ating police? Mayroon po ba tayong nakikita kayo na mga grupo ng sindikato na gun for hire dito sa region po?
As of today, I have not received any report na mayroon tayong mga ganyang grupo nandito sa Zamboanga Peninsula. Wala po.
Okay, so klaro po, wala tayong gun for hire dito, mga grupo ng sindikato.
Wala po. Ang mga kadalasan ng mga yan, mga personal grudge po Personal grudge.
Personal grudge po, nakikita ng police.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, lastly to my end po, curious lang kami, sir, about sa pera na ginagamit sa drug by bus operation ng ating mga police. Saan po ito napupunta, sir, after ng conduct ng by bus operation? Yung pera po na ginagamit.
Ako na, sir.
I think the RDO could answer better.
Yes, sir. He could.
Ang by bus operations po kasi, yung pinakaibabaw lang naman po ang authentic doon. And the rest are budol money. Kaya kung i-take custody ng court yung budol money, okay lang po yon at gagawa lang po tayo ulit. Pero kung hindi na nila hahanapin, it will be remain under the custody of the operating team para magamit po ulit.
Okay, thank you po.
Maraming salamat. As much as we would like to accommodate more questions, pero overtime na tayo. So kung meron po kayong mga karagdagang katanungan, you may approach our resource persons pagkatapos po ng ating live. Bago po tayo magtapos, syempre, hingi muna tayo ng final message po from our Regional Director. RD?
Ako po ay nagpapasalamat ng marami sa PCOO, PIA 9, for spearheading this kapihan sa bagong Pilipinas. Sa PIA 9 and the different media representatives for graciously hosting and gracing this event. Sa ating mga tagapanood, muli maraming salamat sa walang sawang pagsuporta sa ating kapulisan. Nagpapasalamat din po ako sa lahat ng ating mga local chief executives, sa ating mga congressmen sa Zamboanga Peninsula at lahat ng ating mga governors sa walang sawang pagtulong sa ating mga kapulisan. Sama-sama po tayo magtulungan para mapanatili ang kapayapaan sa ating rehiyon. Dahil sa bagong Pilipinas, ang gusto ng pulis, ligtas kayong lahat.
Maraming salamat, PRO9 Regional Director Police Brigadier General Bowen Joey Masauding. Again, gentlemen, maraming salamat. Of course, maraming salamat din sa buong puwersa ng kapulisan, PRO9. Maraming salamat din sa ating mga media, both on-site and online. Thank you for your active participation. And of course, di po natin makakaligtaang pasalamatan ng ating mga viewers. Salamat sa patuloy na pagtutok at pagsuporta. Inaasahan po namin na magkikita po tayo muli sa susunod na episode ng Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. Sa ngalan ng PCO Secretary Chieloy Garafil, PIA Director General Jose Torres Jr. and PIA Regional Director Noemi Edaga, ito po si Jocelyn Alvarez na nagsasabing, muchísimas gracias.